All right. Hey there. Welcome to the Local Growth Podcast. I'm Delroy Muschette. I'm here with my co-host, Carol Suzuki. Say hi, Carol.
Hi.
All right. Together we're on a mission to spotlight the movers and shakers in our local business community. Our main goal with this podcast is to allow business owners to share their stories, celebrate achievements, and dive deep into how they're making a real difference in their community. Today we have, we have a special guest lined up for you. We're thrilled to showcase, um, someone who has not only built a highly successful business, also with his wife. She's not on today, but we're saying hi to her. But they also address a crucial need in their community, and that is the demand for dependable cleaning and janitorial services. So I'm super excited to introduce Hunter Hegdahl from Superglow Cleaning Co. Who have taken, they've taken the cleaning industry by storm. Their commitment to excellence and understanding of their community's needs have set them apart. And we just want to dive into their journey and how they're making a clean difference in the lives of the people around them. So, Hunter, welcome to the Local Growth Podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
No
So,
problem.
yeah, Hunter, did you
Yeah.
want to add anything to that? Because, you know, I know that you have been doing cleaning for longer than just your startup, right? So, can you
Right.
tell us a little bit more about like how that evolved?
Yeah. What Delroy said is right. I mean, a big part of what we do is truly our commitment to our community and the people that we clean for. It's truly more than just cleaning. It's really caring about our clients and their clean spaces. And if that means I have to be on the phone with clients at 9 o'clock at night, that's okay because that is the commitment that I made to my business. I started my business. It actually was kind of a happy accident for me. Um, I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always wanted to start something, but I didn't just want to start a business to start a business. I wanted it to actually, mean something. And I was working as a property manager, and part of my job was to hire cleaning companies. And so I met this new business owner. She had just started her cleaning company, and it was a fantastic walkthrough. And she really made me kind of go, wow, like I truly want to be a part of that. So I took a huge leap and I reached out to her and I was like, hey, do you need some help expanding your business? And she took me on as her director of operations, and it was really fantastic. And spent 6 months building that business. And then my wife, Renee, and I sat down and we were like, we really could do this, ourselves. And so that's where we're at today.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, that's definitely a good way to start out any new business, especially with, you starting out in a business that was already developing and then transitioning, into your own. So I'm really happy to hear that. And like we were talking about before it started, Carol, I know you and Carol have like a relationship. You guys have been she's been coaching you and stuff like that, and she's told me
Absolutely.
a lot about all the good things that you've been doing and from a marketing standpoint and stuff like that. And I'm like, go, this guy,
Oh,
he's
yeah, I
doing
know what's
it.
going on, man. Yeah, you could go get her. Yeah.
Right. So, you kind of answered a little bit about, what you were doing before Superglow started and what events kind of led, into you starting, and going into that industry.
Absolutely.
How would you say that your company is kind of making like a dent in the world as it is right now, or, your local community?
Yeah, no, for sure. Truly, I mean, I want to take a moment to talk about my amazing team. I could not do this without the team that I have behind me, my wife and my wonderful employees. We're looking at bringing on our 7th employee now, which is going to be so exciting.
That's
And
amazing.
so,
Yeah.
thank you. And, you know, the way I really feel like our business makes an impact in the world is with our team. I really feel like each team member truly brings a unique strength to our business. You know, something that I see other business owners really fail to realize is that it's not just about the cleaning itself. You know, it's about the people who are behind the work, who invest their time, their energy. Cleaning's hard, you know. It's really hard work, and so my team, when they invest their time and their energy, and still, you know, when they're leaving a client's house, still smile and say, you know, thank you, it was great to clean for you. That is really what where our success lies, is in our teamwork, our interaction with our clients. And I feel like it's their hard work and dedication that is the reason why we're continuing to become successful, and you know, we're already successful where we're at.
Gotcha.
I want to speak to that because Amber was over today,
Mm-hmm.
one of your gals, and like I'm not kidding when I say I'm a recluse. Like, I just don't have people over, and she's always friendly, and yeah, it just like you said, the interactions are always feel like comfortable around her. She does a great job, and she's always like, you know, kind and like happy, you know, when she leaves, and I feel like we have good communication. So what stands out to me, Hunter, is you're hiring like for the personalities and not just like you know, it's a job. Like, she always is like a blessing to have over. So I just wanted to say that, like, yeah, what you're doing is amazing stuff. And
And
cleaning is hard. Yeah.
Trust me, I keep telling my wife, I'm like, you know, eventually we're gonna have to hire somebody to do this.
yep.
'Cause I don't like doing it. You don't like doing it, so why not? You know. So trust me, when you said cleaning is hard, I'm like, listen, we only have like one house to clean, and you guys go out and do it everywhere, and I'm like, I couldn't do it.
And you know, that's really great to hear. I'm so glad that, you know, Amber's been with us since the beginning. We have Jessica, who's been with us since the beginning, Luis, who's been with us since the beginning, and that team, you know, is really, they built this business. And even now, I mean, they're exhausted. I mean, we were working, when we were building this business, we were working crazy hours, and they are still committed. They're still, you know, interacting with clients just like you explained, and that I couldn't be happier with that.
Nice. All right. Awesome. So, you know, going into, you know, your amazing team, you know, doing everything that you guys are doing, what would you say is like one of your big wins, like in the early days, you know, the early days of the business, that made you realize like this is it, like this is really gonna work?
Yeah, so I'm gonna shout out my wife on this one. When we started, you know, we just decided to start this cleaning company. We barely talked about it. We just sat down. We decided this is what we're gonna do. And so my wonderful wife, she started just cold calling businesses, and cold calling's hard, as we all know. And you know, what really, you know, our biggest early win, I would say, it really made me sit down and go, wow, like this is actually happening, was when we landed a major gym contract here, a local gym in the area. And my wife got on that call with the gym manager, and she really pitched our services, and she sold them. And we could really tell that it like really resonated with the gym manager. And, you know, gyms are huge. I mean, they need to, you know, maintain a very high level of cleanliness. There's a lot of competition for gyms. And so if you're going into a clean space to work out, then you want to be in a clean space to work out, you know, especially with all the other people using the equipment like they do. And And so we sat down with her, we had a meeting, we did a walk through the gym, we sent over our quote, and they hired us. And it was it's crazy, and it was a huge. It's a great contract, a huge significant boost to our startup income. And it didn't only give us a boost in revenue, but it really gave us that boost in confidence that we needed. And it validated all the hard work and dedication we have been putting in, hours, 12, 16-hour days, just building this business. And then we were just like, yeah, this is going to work. Right? Like, we're going to make this happen.
I get you. And it's always good when you have when you have a partner behind you, and you're working
Absolutely.
together, and it's like you can, you may not have picked up that phone and done that cold calling, but she was like, I'm gonna get on it, we're gonna make this work. And just having that person, that partner with you to kind of really take up the mantle on the things that you may be weak on is always a godsend. Like, it's always
Absolutely.
the greatest thing. Right.
Ones like, don't you find like that first like 10 clients too is kind of hard? Because I know some of the other stuff you did in the back end that we kind of talked about on like coaching fit calls, but Hunter, I mean, you made it happen truly, right? With your ads and the things that you
Right.
were doing. You jumped in there like elbows deep and just got it going on. But what do you say is like those first 10 are the hardest? Then once you go through that, like you start feeling more confident and then things start snowballing.
I would agree 100%. That was definitely the hardest. We put in so many bids at the beginning for walkthroughs, and we were not getting calls back. We were not getting calls back, and we were like, what are we doing wrong here? And then if I would have just waited a while, they started to call back. And I was like, so yeah, definitely that first 10 clients is like where you're most on edge. And you're like, huh?
Gotcha. So I just wanna, we just spoke about the big wins. We gotta shout out your wife, Renee. She's
Absolutely.
she's a superstar, rock star. But I always like to ask this question, on the flip side of that, were there any events that happened that you were like, this may not be going well, but eventually you kind of you figured it out, you pulled through, and you're like, can't believe we were worried about that.
Yeah, actually, I remember this super clearly. There's one big incident that I was like, is this gonna work? Am I in over my head? And funny enough, that was when I maxed out my first credit card for the first time ever. Paying for all the startup costs of the business, the advertising, the equipment, the employees. For the first couple months, I was paying employees out of my pocket because we weren't making enough revenue yet, and it was super scary. And I was like, am I in over my head? Our revenue wasn't catching up fast enough. That's something that every business owner goes through when they're starting their business. And but I decided,
especially with employees, right? Yeah.
oh,
I'm
100%.
sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine. I
Especially
mean,
with employees, people.
I couldn't agree more, and I sat down and I decided, I wasn't going to give up. I was going to just, even though I had been working, my butt off, I was still going to sit down and put in more energy, make more calls, send more emails, go to networking groups, and day by day it just started to turn around. And it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because it just forced us to work harder, and it put us on a better path. And it was a tough lesson, but it's one of the reasons why we're here today and stronger than ever.
Right. And the thing I like about that question as well is because hearing people talk about, the adversities that they went through, or just things that they've had to overcome, it shows you on the flip side of that, because then people can see, okay, that's why they're so good at what they do, right? That's why it's like, no matter what hits them, they can still persevere, because it's like every time something comes up, you're just like, well, we already made it past that hurdle there. So if we made it past that, we can make it past anything.
And
Right?
that's the adaptability, and that's one of our core values. at Superglow. I mean, we have quite a few core values, but one of them is that adaptability, being able to adapt when needed,
Nice.
for the client, for the business. And so I couldn't agree more with that.
So
Awesome.
Hunter, like that kind of speaks to, I think people think, oh, I'm just going to start a business and it's going to be so easy. But what you're speaking about is like the hard work, and the reality is like you're going to struggle with those moments where you are scared out of your mind and you have to decide like, I am going to keep doing that. And I think also, as young as you are, to hear that you've already mapped out your core values is huge, because people will start companies like as service providers and they don't do like any of that
That's
foundational
true.
like vision, planning, mapping
Yeah.
out your core values, like starting the legacy, like already having that set point of where you're heading is, I think, what a lot of business owners that are inexperienced, what they lack. They don't understand that you always, need that point in the horizon that everybody's looking to, right? So I think that's a testament to you as a young entrepreneur. Like, Hunter, you got it going on, man. And so
Right.
I'm super excited. I'm excited to know how you do, and I feel like Superglow was one of many to come. I kind of feel like you're probably a serial entrepreneur.
You know it. That's my goal. I love it.
So are you saying when you start the next business, you're gonna come back on here and
You
let
got
us
it. With my next
interview
business for
you
sure.
again All right, awesome. We'll have that time stamped in there.
Got it.
And I just want to ask one more question, Delroy, because
Sure.
I know Hunter is very passionate. Like, what is it about what you do that like makes you love what you do?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's honestly, is being able to build something that is mine, something that I can decide. We have this one client. She's an older lady. She doesn't make very much money, and so we agreed. This is towards the beginning, and we were like, we'll help you out. You pay what you can, and being able to do things like that is really what is the most important to me in business. It's not, the money or the success it's just being able to do something that's mine and being able to make those decisions for my business.
Nice.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Okay, I'm done asking.
No, you're good. This is a conversation.
Yeah, no. Questions.
Awesome. So at this point, we wanna have you brag a little bit, right? So like, what would you say makes you different from your competitors? Like, if someone was looking at a bunch of different, people in your industry, what would you say is one of those things that makes you stand out from everyone else?
I love this question. This is this is a question I get often, because cleaning is, lots of people go out and say, I can start a cleaning company. I know how to clean, and truly, honestly, that's not. The bulk of what I do is the business. Running the business side of things, finding the clients, and that's the hard. Yeah, people can be taught to clean. People can clean, but can you stay committed to your clients? Can you have integrity? Can you be adaptable? Can you work with your team to make your clients happy? And those, and innovation is another one, in those values, is being able to stay on top of the newest cleaning standards. So I would really say, those things, the innovation, the integrity, the adaptability, the teamwork, are the things that really sets us apart. We're not just cleaning places. We're truly on a mission to really shake up the whole cleaning industry and change what people see when they think cleaning. They see the quality and the reliability. Reliability is huge in the Rapid City Black Hills area here. A lot of cleaning companies will say, I'm going to show up, and then they don't. And I that blew my mind. I get told by that clients all the time that, oh yeah, I hired a cleaning company and they didn't show up. Like what? And so it's not just like the latest gadgets, the latest methods. It's being real, honest, upfront. When you say you're going to be there, be there.
Right.
People respect that.
Yeah.
And so
That's-
yeah, go ahead.
No, go finish what you were saying. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, and that's why our mission is, our whole mission statement is to redefine quality and reliability for our customers everywhere.
Right.
Because those are the
Awesome.
two biggest problems that the cleaning industry sees.
Right. Yeah, I think, I don't know who said it, but it was like 95% of the battle is just showing up, right? It's like you
know
is right. Because the one thing I dislike about like some like service industries is, one, they'll give you this wide window of time that they could show up. And then you're sitting at home and then no one shows up and you're like, what? It's like, am I not paying you for a service? So,
And I can say they do show up. Yeah. I feel like
right.
they say they show up. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. So, well, even with that, just from the fact of like your growth of what you're, how you're growing, we can see that people trust you, people are, recommending you. So, just from that alone, we know that your business ethics are right there, in line with the growth, your growth potential. So I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I just, like I said, we just stick to our values. And if you stick to your values and you treat people with respect,
Right.
then you're gonna grow.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I can attest to that. True.
Yep. All right. So let's look to the future a little bit.
Okay.
Right now you're, how I don't think I asked this question, but how long has the company been going on right now?
So we started in October of last year. So
Okay.
we're going into March, so not a long time.
All right, awesome. Listen, that's that's great. So if we're looking to the future a little bit, 3-5 years from now, what would you say some of your big goals for the company is right now?
Yeah. So first and foremost, looking at the local area, we want to become the biggest cleaning company in Rapid City, but not just the biggest cleaning company, but, the most reliable and the most quality driven cleaning company in the area. We want to set the standard for cleaning in our community, and then expanding on from that, maybe eventually set the standard for cleaning in not just in South Dakota or in Rapid City, but beyond that.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah, I felt like there was a franchise idea in there, Hunter. Just the years like we count on, I'm like, oh, the way he's talking, I'm like, he's setting up for something much bigger. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Maybe it's definitely a possibility in the future. We want this to become something that really takes the entire nation by storm. And I know that's a big thing to say, but there's things all over the country about cleaning companies and reliability and quality. And, why not? If that problem hasn't been fixed yet, why don't I try to fix that problem?
Right.
Yeah. When I think you're totally capable of it, right? And I think, summarizing everything I'm hearing as well, it's not just about the cleaning, it's about how you're treating people and how you're treating the people that work with you and for you, right?
Yep.
And so truly you're establishing a culture, and that's, in my opinion, what really is going to drive you forward and is going to drive your franchise model, like having everyone in alignment with your core values. Truly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're speaking it into your business, Hunter. You're gonna be
I love it.
You're gonna be the best one. It's good to dream big, right? But
Yes.
I do, based on just the few conversations we've had, everything I've heard about what you're doing, and just having this conversation with you now, like I can definitely see you, you and your wife growing past that, and I can see I'll be that one on the, I'll be that one to be like, yeah, I knew them when they were just, that
Right.
company in Rapid City, and now
That's
look at them,
right.
they're on the Fortune 500, they're growing big,
I
so we look forward to that. So, this is kind of just like a fun question to ask, but, are you reading any, books about business, just any general books that, you would like to, let the people out there know, that's been very helpful to you in any way, or just a fun read.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been so busy I haven't really read anything recently, but I read this book and it was a while ago, and it was called Outliers: The Story of Success, and it's by Malcolm Gladwell. And it's not a typical normal business book, but it really does give a lot of advice that can be applied to business. And in the book, one of the big things it talks about is the 10,000 hour rule. And it's the idea of becoming an expert in the field. And you become an expert in your field by putting in a good 10,000 hours of practice, right? And looking back at that's really how I've shaped building my business. It's about the persistence and the dedication, and and really learning your industry. And I'll feel like I truly, will become an expert in my industry, in business, in cleaning, and when I've gotten that 10,000 hours in, and so you never stop learning, but you really can grow your knowledge in that 10,000 hours.
Gotcha.
I was like, that's the word to me.
That's one of those things that you just forget about sometimes. But yeah. So no, I really like that the 10,000 hour analogy, because it really is true. It's like so many people get into something and they spend a few hours with it and they're like, well, this is too hard, or I can't figure it out, right? And I'm one of those people too. Like I fall stray to those shiny objects every now and again, and Carol knows why she's laughing in the background. But I do believe also in just sticking with it, right? And it's one of those things where it's like, just like you said, right? It's like you sent out all those proposals and all those things, and if you had given up before they got a chance to call you back, then you would have missed out on all of that, right? But because you stuck it out, you stayed with it, you were aiming for that 10,000 hours, you gave it enough time for it to actually all start to work out, and now you're like, look at that. If I had even decided, look at my wife and say, I don't think this is working out, nobody's calling us back,
right?
Right? We wouldn't be talking.
I was gonna say, do tell about staying in the pocket.
Listen, Carol.
I think that's you have to stay in the pocket long enough, and it really feels like 90 days is a good feel before you pivot to something else. Like you have to give it like at least that 90 days of true, like honest, gritty effort, like to get in there, right? I don't know. That's just me.
No, I agree. I think, and honestly, Carol, I want to shout you out. I mean, you have been a huge part of the growth of my company. You should see my ranking on Google, right? It's amazing. And when we first started doing our marketing, and I saw my ranking on Google, I was like, oh my God, it's so low. It's never going to go up. And just like you said, it takes time, give it that 90 days. And within that 90 days, I'm ranking first, second, third in some places, and
yes, I do know.
It's fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, I am super excited that I could give you some secret sauce to get you there. You know what I mean? And that's been part of, I think, me and Delroy's journey too, is learning the secret sauce that actually works. And so that is exciting. It's exciting for me because I like to deliver, right? And like you just said, we had conversations. You were able to deploy this on your own, and now you're reaping the results of that too.
Yeah.
And yeah, have you been through like because we're very tourist centered out here. Have you been through a summer yet, or is this your first summer?
So this will be the first summer with my business. Yep.
Oh my God! So you're ranking one through four. Yeah.
I did go through the summer with the business that I was the director of operations for, and it was crazy. And now I'm pretty sure, I was just looking at our numbers. I think that we've expanded beyond that business, so it's going to be a wild summer.
Nice.
Well, I know you. I think you can handle it, and I think the people that you have that you're pulling around you, and and you talked about networking, and that's how we met, is through networking here. So having that network, but also the network of people that are sharing your values, like I know you're going to be able to handle this, and you'll bring on more employees that'll be excited and truly want to work with you, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm excited for it. Yeah.
All right, awesome. We're excited for you. So I guess the main question for anyone that'd be watching this video later on, if they wanted to, they needed help, they had questions, or just wanted to hire you, for your services, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Yeah. So, yeah, I love to chat. I love to, give me a call. You can call me at 605-309-8727. Also, all my contact information is on our website at superglowcleaning.com. Yeah, you can shoot us an email from there, a text, a call, and yeah, I'd love to hear from people. And yeah, definitely, if you want a cleaning company that really cares about you, come to Superglow for sure.
Well, I wanted to speak to something else, Hunter, that I know you do that I don't think I've heard before, and that is the new construction cleanups. And like we have a lot of new construction here in town, so I kind of wanted to shout out like one of those things that I know you do that maybe some people might not have thought about, right?
Yeah, we do. We do the post construction cleaning for new construction. Get it to get rid of all the dust and make it actually new. And yeah, we offer expansive services. I mean, we do residential cleaning, commercial cleaning, and short-term rentals is kind of going to be our big thing this summer, is the Airbnbs and VRBOs that we're going to be cleaning. So yeah, nice. we offer pretty much every cleaning service you could think of.
That's huge. All right. Is there anything else that you wanted to say, to the people that will be watching?
No, I mean, I'm glad to be on here. I'm glad to be sharing my experience from, since October and the cleaning industry. And I'm excited to see where 2024 takes us.
Awesome. All right. Well, I would just like to say, on behalf of myself and Carol, thank you for being on the show. And for those, listening or watching later on, please, subscribe to our channel. Let us, we're going to be doing this more often. And, if you have any questions or, want to hire Hunter and his wife, the Superglow team, we'll have their information below this video, and then you'll be able to reach out to them as well. So, again, Hunter, thank you for coming on, and we will see everyone next time on the Local Growth Podcast.
Peace.